If you're trying to build muscle, most people are focusing on the wrong foods. It's not just about protein, it's about how your body actually builds muscle. I'm going to break it down for you simply in this video, but real quick, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe if you're following on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, please follow my page. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll get into this. Muscle growth comes down to one thing. Your body ends up building more muscle than it actually breaks down. How you can achieve this is through three things. You got resistance training, you eat enough calories or more calories than your body needs, and making sure those calories you eat are nutrient dense with the right nutrients to build that muscle. But here's the key. Not all foods are created equally. Some are better than the others. There are three things that actually matter when choosing muscle building foods. You have protein, number one. You're going to want enough protein in order to build that muscle. You need about 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Number two would be leucine. This is an amino acid that actually activates muscle growth. And number three, you need digestibility. You need your body to be able to digest these proteins and amino acids correctly so you can build the most muscle. Leucine is basically the on switch for building muscle. When you eat enough leucine, it activates something called protein synthesis, and this is the process where you actually build muscle. But here's the catch. You still need the full proteins from other foods in order to build muscle. So what foods give you the best complete proteins, right? The highest quality proteins you can get would be whey protein. It has the amino acids you need and high protein count. You use lean meats like beef, turkey, and chicken. You have eggs. You have your fish, salmon, and tuna. You have a Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. These foods all have the protein profiles and nutrients you need to build muscle. If you're someone that's on like a plant-based diet, there's definitely options to get this protein profile set up for you. There's tofu and soy products. You have beans and rice combinations. Edamame, if you're pronouncing that right, I did have to look that one up. I'm not a vegetarian. And of course, there is protein powders that are plant-based that you can have. I would suggest if you're on this plant-based diet is try to get all those incorporated so you get a complete protein profile. But that's some options you can do if you're a vegetarian. All right, so now let's get into the dreaded carbs and fats. A lot of people think that carbs and fats are like all bad, or a lot of people think specifically carbs are bad, but they all have their place within your nutrition profile to build muscle. Carbs themselves will give you the energy you need to lift heavy and get more gains in the gym. Fats are regulating your hormones and things like that. There's definitely better carb sources. You don't want like the processed carbs, but you got to think like rice, potatoes, veggies sometimes have carbs in them, nuts, and then healthy fats like olive oil can help you go a long way in the gym also. You definitely don't want to ignore them. You'll actually see more growth if you have them. There's some evidence too that carbs make your muscle look fuller. So you definitely still want to get your carbs and fats in, just a balance. You don't want an obscene amount of carbs. Don't sit there and eat like a pot of, macaroni and cheese and that's all you had for a meal. A little portion of that with some chicken and broccoli, boom, you have a good nutrition profile at that point. So now let's get into like how you should be eating. Generally with this kind of protein synthesis or building muscle, you want to have your meals spread out throughout the day. You want to have like 2 to 5 meals. I personally do 6 meals. I do a morning normal meal. I do a snack after that. I do my lunch. I do a snack in between lunch and dinner. I do dinner and then a snack at night. The reason why I do this, it works well for me because I've always been like a heavier set guy, so if I spread it out, it's a little easier to manage and I don't get hungry. You're going to want to make sure you're eating a good meal right after your workouts, generally within an hour or two. This is kind of in myth land because I know there's some stuff I read that says there's no real window there, but generally people say within the hour. I say just have something, when you get the chance after a workout. Chances are, if you're following this, it's going to have protein, everything else in that meal. It won't matter as much as what you would think. But definitely don't be afraid to eat before bedtime. Even whey protein has been shown to having, if you have a whey protein shake before you go to sleep, that it generally is more beneficial than it is detrimental. So don't worry about eating before bedtime or anything like that. Just stay in your calorie range. If you're trying to lose weight, eat less calories. If you're trying to gain weight, eat more calories. And generally, this will help you build more muscle. So let's move on to bulking versus cutting. Essentially, if you're completely new to like fitness and you're watching this video, bulking is a fancy word for gaining weight. They're trying to gain weight, mostly muscle. Whereas cutting is when you're trying to lose weight and try to keep your muscle, right? So those are the words in the industry they use, bulking and cutting. So essentially, if you're bulking, what you're going to want to do is get your calories up higher over your maintenance calories to gain muscle and weight. You're going to want to focus on things that have, more calories in it. So whole milks, beefs, even chicken, anything that has higher calories to get your calories up and build more muscle. If you're cutting, you want to focus on, the leaner meats like salmon, tuna, chicken, because those are lower in calories and have a lot of protein in them, and be below your maintenance calories. So that's essentially what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing the same things you would be doing that we explained before, the 2 to 6 meals. You're still going to spread it out. You're just going to have less calories and less calorie dense food. So it's the same strategy you would use that we've already covered. So at the end of the day, building muscle is about getting those food groups in, getting the right protein sources, and overall just being consistent. Hopefully this video is helpful for you. If you're watching this video, go ahead and check out my app PumpPal. It's in the App Store on both iOS and Android. It helps you track your workouts, it tracks your progress photos, it tracks your body measurements. It helps you keep track of things that matter. And to see your results. Sorry, my cat is meowing like crazy because he wants a snack. But I built this with lifters in mind. Check it out if you like. Otherwise, if you want to see more content like this, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook, please go ahead and follow. And you can see more content like this. Otherwise, I'm out and I'm going to move on to some more work. You all have a good day. Thanks for watching.